Sometimes it feels like there's no one to talk to, no one to share your day with, no one to ask how your day was, or someone to cook for. At first, maybe it seemed peaceful. No more noise, no more mess. But after a while, that silence starts to feel heavy. And it's not peaceful anymore. It feels like something is missing. If you're feeling this way, you're not alone. It might feel like the world has gone quiet, but know this: you still matter. You are important and your life is valuable. Getting older brings unexpected changes. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, children get busy with their own lives, and suddenly, the house that used to feel full of laughter and energy feels too big, too quiet, and too empty. But here's the truth that no one tells you. Loneliness isn't just about being physically alone. It's about feeling disconnected from others, from purpose, from yourself. And that's exactly what we're going to explore today. Because being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. In fact, this quiet time in your life, when you're more with yourself than ever, could actually become one of the richest, most fulfilling chapters you've ever experienced. But it requires intention, effort, and a few simple changes. Let's begin with something that sounds simple, but it's a game changer: creating structure in your day. When you're alone, there's no one to tell you what to do. There are no appointments unless you make them. No meetings, no school runs. At first, it feels like freedom, but too much unstructured time can become a trap. Days blur into each other, motivation slips away, and you forget the last time you even made a proper meal or went outside. So let's set a rhythm. It doesn't need to be strict, just enough to give your day some shape. Wake up at the same time each day, make your bed. Create a morning ritual, even if it's as simple as sipping tea by the window or taking a short walk outside. Plan something, even if it's small, for every part of your day. That little bit of structure brings meaning to your day, and meaning is what lifts you when life feels empty. Now, let's talk about your space. Your home can either comfort you or drain you. You might not even realize how much your surroundings are affecting your mood. Clutter piles up. Rooms that once felt alive now gather dust. It's easy to lose interest, to stop caring. But here's the thing: your home reflects how you feel about yourself. So let's make it a place that nurtures you. Tackle one corner at a time. Let in natural light. Add a pop of color. Frame a photo of a happy memory. Play music that makes your soul sing. You don't have to do it all at once. Just change one thing every day. Because when your environment feels warm and alive, you'll feel the same way. While we're talking about your space, let's talk about movement. Yes, exercise, but also just moving when no one's watching. It's easy to sit all day, watching TV, eating, thinking, or scrolling on your phone. But your body craves motion. Movement isn't just about health, it's about energy, mood, and life. Start small. Stretch in bed before you get up. Walk to the end of your block and back. Put on your favorite song and dance around the kitchen. Move your body as if it still belongs to you, because it does. You haven't lost your strength. You just need to remind your body that it's still there. Now, let's dive into something really powerful: connecting with others intentionally. It's easy to feel like no one notices when you're alone. You may think everyone is too busy or that you've been forgotten. But connection isn't just about waiting for someone to reach out. It's about taking the first step. Call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Smile at the cashier at the store. Join a group online or at a local community center. Write a letter just to say, "I'm thinking of you." There are people out there who are craving connection, just like you. But someone has to start the conversation. Let it be you. Your voice still matters, your presence is needed, and you may be surprised at how many people are just waiting for you to reach out. If no one has called you lately, maybe it's because they don't know how much you'd love to hear from them. Don't wait. Let them know. Take that first step. You'll find that beautiful things can happen when you connect. Sometimes the hardest part of being alone isn't the silence. It's the feeling that you've been left behind, that the world is moving on without you. But let me tell you something. You're still here, and as long as you're still breathing, Your story isn't over. One of the most healing things you can do when you're alone is to express yourself. When no one else is around to hear your thoughts, your own heart must do. Write in a journal, record a voice note. Tell your stories out loud, even if the room is empty. You've lived a life full of memories, lessons, and laughter. Every moment deserves to be remembered. Start writing down one memory a day, not for anyone else, but for you. And who knows? One day, someone might read it and find comfort in knowing they're not alone. Your voice matters. Your words can live on. Speaking of voices, have you been kind to yourself lately? Often when we're alone, our inner voice turns harsh. It reminds us of mistakes, regrets, and the people we miss. But you have the power to change that voice. Start by noticing when it becomes critical, when you think, I'm not good enough or no one cares, and gently replace it with, I'm here, I still matter, or today, I'll do something that brings me joy. Your mind listens. Your heart responds. Self-kindness isn't just fluff, it's fuel. It gives you the strength to keep going even on tough days. Another way to bring life into your world is to care for something. It could be a pet, a plant, a garden, or even a neighbor. Who needs help? Caring for something outside yourself brings joy and purpose into the quiet. It gives your day direction and meaning. Watching a plant bloom because you nurtured it, or hearing a pet purr because you cared, it reminds you that life is still flowing through you. You are needed. You are alive. Let's take a moment to talk about creativity. When we're alone, our minds can easily become an echo chamber of worries, anxieties, and what-ifs. We begin to replay moments, conversations, and regrets like a loop we can't escape. It's normal, but we don't have to. Stay stuck there. One of the most powerful ways to break that cycle is by turning to creativity. Whether you're picking up a paintbrush, kneading dough for a fresh loaf of bread, stitching patterns into fabric, writing in a journal, or simply humming a melody you love, creating something puts you back in control. It anchors you to the present and connects you to a part of yourself that still believes in possibility. Creative expression is not just an outlet, it's a form of healing. It allows your emotions to flow instead of being trapped inside. When you create, you give shape to feelings that may have no words. You transform the invisible, your hopes, your grief, your dreams, your longing, into something tangible, something real. And when you look at what you've made, even if it's imperfect or small, it becomes a reminder that there is still beauty within you, that your spirit still holds magic, that even in your quietest moments, you are capable of bringing something new into the world. And then there's laughter. How quickly we forget about laughter when we are alone. How easily we push it aside, as though it belongs only to groups and gatherings. But the truth is, you still deserve to laugh. Your body still needs that joy. Laughter is a soft rebellion against the heaviness. Watch a silly movie, read a comic, scroll through videos that make you giggle. Call someone whose very voice makes your heart feel lighter. And if you're alone and none of those things are within reach, remember that. Laughter can still live in memory, in music, even in a smile to yourself. It doesn't fix everything, but it softens everything. It creates small, beautiful cracks in the wall of sadness, where light can peek through. These brief, joyful moments may seem tiny, but they matter. They gather like little stars, and over time they light up the sky of your days. You deserve that light. Let it in. Let it grow. Now let's speak about hope, gentle, resilient hope. Grief will visit, especially when you've lost someone dear. Sometimes out of nowhere it returns like a wave, a scent, a familiar song, an old photo, and suddenly their absence fills the room. Your chest tightens, the tears come. Let them. You've earned the right to mourn, to remember, to miss them. But please know, grief does not have to be the only presence in the room. You can let hope sit beside it. You can feel the sorrow without being swallowed by it. Say their name with love, not only with pain. Do small, tender things to reconnect with life. Light a candle in their honor. Take a peaceful walk and let the breeze remind you of breath and life. or cook their favorite meal and smile as you do. Remember the laughter you shared, the stories, the love. Those don't leave you. They live on inside you. And perhaps the most beautiful way to keep hope alive is by giving it away. Even in your loneliest moments, you still have something the world needs: your kindness. Volunteer your time. Lend a hand. Offer a warm smile to someone passing by. The act of giving reminds you of your worth. It brings connection. And in time, the kindness you put into the world begins to circle back to you. It returns in ways you never expected, through gratitude, friendship, peace. Loneliness can feel heavy, yes, but it doesn't have to be permanent. It doesn't have to define you. You can learn from it, grow through it, and gently move beyond it. It is a season, not a sentence. It will pass. And while it's here, remember this: you are not invisible. You are not forgotten. Your presence matters more than you may ever know. You are here. You are seen. You are enough. So as you go through your day, take this with you. Your creativity is your light, your laughter is your strength, your hope is your guide, and your kindness is your legacy. You are never truly alone, because every time you create, smile, give, and hope, you're weaving threads of connection into the world around you. You've made it this far, and that's something extraordinary. Thank you for being here. You matter. You always have. You always will.